Hello, and welcome, greetings. This is not your life, and joining me tonight, ladies and gentlemen, it is, over there on the couch, looking handsome as ever, the BattleHamster, ladies and gentlemen.
Hello, everyone. Pleasure to be here.
Absolutely wonderful to have you here, the first guest on This Is Not Your Life. And I want to say thank you so much for the resub, first of all, BattleHamster. Thank you so much indeed. And I'd like to thank everyone who is in chat tonight. We've got Shani, Patats, Naomi's here, Niferos, Bellatrix. I hope the hand gets better. I've got my own issues. She-Hero, wonderful to see you. Pleasure to have you all here. I didn't miss anyone there. Thank you so much. Meatloaf's here as well, in the back there. Yes, thank you so much, and welcome everyone to This Is Not Your... Oh, my word! Pangarai! Thank you so much for the resub. I'll do this now here at the start of the next... This is now here. It's the start of the next 6. You subscribed for 6 months in advance. Thank you so much. That means tomorrow on the regular streams, we will have 7 spins of the wheel to kick off the stream tomorrow. We have 5 left over from the previous stream, and then we got 2 today thanks to Hamster and Panda. Thank you so much. Thank you for being here. All the house is here, absolutely. Ladies and gentlemen, what is this show? Well, you may remember, or maybe not, but back in the day, there was a little show called This Is Your Life on television, and welcome in, Lulu, welcome in. And it was where a host would bring a guest on, a celebrity, well known, and bring people from their past to come in and basically tell stories and reconcile old relationships that have since died or gone adrift. Well, this is not your life, in which our guest Hamster, we don't care about his real life. Instead, we are going to create an entirely fictitious one with the aid of many a guest who have come in to share some knowledge of the hamster that we really don't see on camera that much. Hamster, are you prepared for this evening?
Absolutely.
Oh, you are? Oh, I'm glad. Are you in any way scared at all?
Maybe slightly apprehensive, more like raring to go.
Okay, well that's interesting. Well, I'm scared, says Big Potato. Okay, well, ladies and gentlemen, throughout this show, we will be having many a guest join us on the big... Oh my word, we got rain already. Hello, show. God, shucks. Thank you so much, show. Thank you so much. Let me give you a shout out there. I'll do that for you. Hopefully that worked. There you go. Thank you so much. How was your stream? I hope you're well. Who hugged? Bellatrix hugged now contracted potato-itis. Well, that makes sense. Right, so hello, show. Welcome into the show. This is not your life. It's not yours. It's not his either. As we're soon to find out. But yes, this is one of my ventures. Thank you all for joining me. I appreciate that. And I Watch Dogs Legion. I've yet to play that game myself. But you'll have to tell me all about it, my friend. But thank you for coming my way. I hope you're well. I hope you had a great stream. Meatloaf's getting cozy there. And well, you should. So we should probably begin. All of our guests will be appearing on the big screen to my left here. In between us, some of them will have some words for Hamster, I fear. Nevertheless, let's start where it all began, and that was where you were born, my friend. That's right, because if I am correct, you were born just outside Chiswick in a small puddle.
Yes, unfortunately. Luckily, it hadn't rained too much. It wasn't a very deep puddle.
Oh, it wasn't. I thought you were able to wade, were you?
Yeah, it's able to kind of, in little hamster legs wade to shore, as it were.
That reminds me, I always bring this up. There's the TV show Sooty, when they took him swimming, and they put him in the water, but they wanted to show that he was swimming. How do you do that? So they actually filmed his legs. They actually made legs of Sooty, and they filmed it from underneath the water, so you could see his little legs going across the water like that. And it's an enduring image, I'm telling you. And that's all I'm thinking of, is that hamster on his paddle. Like a tadpole, but a hamster tadpole.
A hampole, yeah, especially.
Oh I love that, a hand pole.
I mean, luckily us hamsters are rather buoyant due to the high amount of fur.
Oh,
Traps the air in. So of course we can use our little paws to kind of go waddle ahead.
I think you're describing a beaver, aren't you? Possibly.
Well, you know, small, fluffy, semi-aquatic animal.
Yeah, well, there you go. So you must have eventually got fished out at some point and given a lovely home. Where were you raised?
I was raised in a castle near Lewis.
Oh, near Lewis. Oh, was he happy with having a castle next to him?
Yeah, it wasn't too bad. It was a bit grouchy because all of a sudden his garden became massive.
Wow, so castle life, that explains quite a lot. Considering we know you to be quite the scholar now, you know. Yes, so living in a castle, that must have been quite tricky, you know. Just because that's not the normal way of life, to be fair.
No, admittedly, very, very early on in my life, it was quite small because I was a very small hamster.
Yes.
I could very kind of, you know, get in between the floorboards and just kind of hang out on the rafters. I spent a lot of time in the library, just kind of on top of the bookshelves.
Did you learn a lot in this library at all?
Sorry?
Did you learn a lot in this library at all?
Oh, absolutely. It was a bit tricky until I learned how to read, but you know, once we've gone over that obstacle.
I wonder how many castles have Spot the Dog as sort of reading material. The library, yes, fancy. I picture hamster in someone's toy Lego castle or something. Was it made of Lego, or was it? How old was this castle?
It was relatively old. Relatively old. It wasn't quite a Lego castle, although I did once steal an old Lego castle set and kind of just sit in it as a little den.
Reminisce about the old days in your childhood. I like the idea that if there was damage to the castle, they would fix it with Lego bricks. So you have this weird amalgamation of old stone bricks with Lego like battlements and stuff like that. So were you in any of the high towers? Were your bedroom in any of the towers?
Not any of the high towers. There wasn't too many.
Okay.
The castle itself was rather spherical in nature. It was like one big tower
interesting.
itself.
I like that. Oh, okay.
But I did like to sit on top of the little battlements and just kind of look out on all the kind of forests and squeak at them.
Oh, well, squeak at them. So your childhood must have been interesting, and Punzel. Let down your hamster fur. So it must have been a very interesting childhood. Maybe we will learn a little bit more about that because, ladies and gentlemen, here with us tonight is Hamster's nurse from when he was very young. Oh yes, and I'd like to bring them on now if I can. Please bring us forth Miss Penetration.
Hello? Hello? I'm behind a big curtain. Where's the curtain? There it is.
Oh my.
Oh, hi.
Hi.
Hello.
Wonderful
Again.
to have you here, Miss Penetration. A very exotic name. And as I understand, you used to be Hamster's nanny at the castle, correct?
Oh, yes. Oh, hi, Hamster. I remember you. You were a little troublemaker, weren't you?
Yep.
Yeah. Oh. He seems to have some flashbacks right now. Can you tell us what Little Hamster was like back in the day?
Little Hamster was an absolute tearaway, constantly getting into trouble, always having to tell him off.
Oh dear.
And I think he got into trouble on purpose, to be honest. Because when he got in trouble, I like to give him a good spank on his bottom.
Oh, Hamster. What kind of things would he do in order to encourage this sort of punishment, as you say?
Well, it was always silly things, like he'd come into the kitchen and go, "Oops, I've dropped a glass. Oh no!"
Hamster Butterfingers. You've got some explaining to. Why would you do such a thing? Hmm?
I mean, small hamsters don't really have opposable thumbs. I do now.
Blame the thumbs. You've done that before.
Oh, did he really? Blame the thumbs? Oh dear.
I've kind of got to hold a glass like that.
What was your beverage of choice? What did he drink? What was it?
Well, he always told me it was Ribena, but I have a feeling it was rum in that glass.
So he was on the bottle when he was young, The different kind.
Yes. Raging alcoholic at the age of 5. Very tragic.
At the age of a hamster, what turned you to such things?
Well, I think at one point I got lost in the cellars. I don't think that was a good move. Quite big cellars at the castle, usually quite full of alcohol.
Right. So you're wading from the small puddle, basically manifested into a small wine barrel. I'm guessing. You would soak in it, I suppose. Yeah, it makes sense, doesn't it? Yeah. Sure, lost in the cellars, Hamlush. So please tell us, Penny, a little bit how you came to work at this castle.
Well, I was, walking down the street, looking for a job, as one does, and this elderly gentleman with a moustache said, "Oh, my child is in need of some discipline. Come and work for me." And I was like, "Yeah, whatever."
I like the idea that he knew that discipline was in order, not just we need someone to take care of our child. We need someone to discipline our child. So. That's intriguing. So instead of going through the usual channels, I'm assuming he went down a more perverse route.
You could say that.
Right. So, what were you doing before you became a nurse? And I'll be honest with you, what have you become since?
Oh, well, I'm a whore, darling, and now I'm back to being a whore.
Hamster, how do you think being nursed by Penny here has had an effect on you?
Well, I must admit, I do have a slight aversion to chains now.
Drinking and chains? Oh my word. So have you not seen a hamster since he was, what age? 5, 6, 7, 8?
Well, I got fired when he was about 10, so I have not seen him since, but you've grown.
Well, yes, he's a big strapping lad now, yes, certainly.
I've got thumbs now.
Oh dear, yeah, he can hold a glass, I've seen him do it. But you were fired at 10. Look at him go, look. No, he fired when he was 10. What on earth did you do in order to get fired?
Well, might have been my fault that he was a raging alcoholic. I might have left the alcohol where he could find it. I wanted to have a good time.
Dear, oh dear. So you never carried on the profession, I suppose, in any way. Oh dear. I suppose you weren't going to get any kind of glowing recommendation. Let's be honest.
No.
So, do you regret those times at all?
Well, it was a laugh, wasn't it?
It's a laugh. Okay, you got a small hamster, drunk and probably stained for life in some respects, but it was a laugh, was it?
Absolutely.
Absolutely. So Penny, I'm intrigued by your other profession. I must say, but I think we'll talk about after the show tonight. Hamster, you haven't seen your nanny for so long. Some things are coming out now that might explain a few things. Have you got anything you'd like to say to your nanny now? And I must say, you look very good for your age, Penny.
Thank you. It's the Botox.
Oh, is it? Oh dear. But yes, anything you would like to say, Hamster?
Well, there is one one question I've always kind of, always been in the back of my mind growing up, which is, what did you do to that horse?
I refuse to answer any questions without my solicitor in the room.
Pleading the fifth. Okay. So there are horses. Interesting. Stables at the castle.
The operative word.
Do you have any fond recollection of the horses at all, Hamster? Before any incidents?
Well, she used to take me riding to the next village when she had call-outs, I think it was.
Oh, okay. Wow. Okay. So you got to see the villages, the surrounding area. That's wonderful. So I'm assuming you saw the darker side of those areas. I'm guessing.
I left him in a very safe pub whilst I saw my special friends, and then we went back in the evening. It was all nice and good and lovely.
Oh right. So you left him in a pub and you knew he was a raging alcoholic?
Well, he was having a good time.
Unbelievable.
It was also a very cheap time because one thing people don't quite get is perspective economy. So when you're about a 6-inch hamster, a pint is quite a lot of alcohol.
Does this what did you call that? What was that? Perspective
economics.
Does this perspective economics play into your line of work there, Penny? At all?
I can't even spell perspective economics if I miss.
I just wondered if quantity made any difference. Anyway, Penny, it's after all these years to see Hamster again. It must be amazing, and to see that little hamster has turned into this lad before us, like a celebrity, on stage and screen. That must fill your heart,
Oh, I'm so proud, and I've been to see his plays so many times, and I've thrown my panties on the stage, but he never picks them up.
Oh, why do you not do that, Hamster?
Wait. Usually because we're not allowed to pick stuff up off the stage.
Oh, really? What about props?
Oh, our own props are fine.
Oh, okay. What if it's a rose? You know how to pick that up? Someone throws a rose on the stage, we love ya.
The last person tried to do that, it ended up being poisoned.
Oh, nasty. You could make a rose out your panties. Scratch them up.
I could do that.
See, there you go. Wonderful. Anyway, well, it's wonderful that you're still taking the theatre. Yeah, I thought you'd be busy, but nevertheless, Penny, it's wonderful to have you here. Fantastic to see you, and I hope what do you have planned for the future? Anything coming up? Any new jobs lined up at all?
There are many things coming up in my future.
Oh dear. Thank you very much, Penny, for joining us here. I'll let you go. Thank you so much, ladies and gentlemen. Penetration. There you are.
You can find me in the alley after the show. Bye.
I'll write that down. So there we go. So wow, a lot of confessions there, wasn't there? Really. You must be a bit startled by that, having seen Penetration after all this time.
Reasonably, it's been quite a while.
Yeah, no,
it's
that's fair. So, Hamster, we touched briefly on that. Penny mentioned your father looking to discipline you there. Do you have many memories of your parents? I mean, they clearly wanted to put the workload on someone else.
I mean, my own birth parents, not really. They were hamsters.
They were hamsters? Well, that's going to be interesting. Okay, so you're hamsters. So perhaps then, I suppose you were born to a hamster, but then was adopted into the castle by your parents?
Yes.
Okay, right, okay, that makes more sense. I've been confused there. Okay, that's interesting, because while your parents could not be here tonight, they have sent us a video message for you, and they have said that they would like to Yeah, so I would turn your attention to the big screen, and here, ladies and gentlemen, is Barry and Sandra, the adopted parents of the BattleHamster. Hi, hello, hi.
Son.
How
How you
are
doing?
you? I see you out there, but I can't. But you can see me. Oh, it's wonderful to see you, my little hamster bear. That's what I always used to call him, my little hamster bear. Isn't that right, Barry?
Yeah, she did. Sorry.
Wait, what was that pet name you had for him?
Do you really want to say on here?
Oh, go
He's listening.
on. It'd be fine. It'd be fine. He knows. We
Alright.
love him.
Yeah, well, we used to refer to him as just the mistake.
Yeah.
Oh, not that one. The other one. Ah, sorry. Let's move on.
I did talk to him before we went live on this.
I'm on my best behaviour, son. I'm sorry.
So, we've been asked to talk a little bit about you and how you were raised, and of course, we couldn't talk about that without saying how we met. And I met Barry, how many years ago now?
73, I think it was. 73 years.
It must have been at least 5, you know. what with us being so young still. But yeah, I mean, you were on that tour, weren't you? Over in the States? Yeah. Back home?
Yeah. Sunny Compton. Loved it there. So exotic. It's wonderful.
Yeah, I sort of miss it a little bit. Not really at all. Well, quite a lot. It's the rain really gets to me here. You know, it's quite dreary. Everyone's quite miserable. I really hate it. It's like a sewer, and I wish I was back home in the States.
Yeah, I wish you were back home in the States too sometimes.
I love that about him. See, this is the kind of thing I'm talking about with Barry, because he understood me straight away. He said, when you get off that stage and you stop dancing, I'm taking you home. And he's right. I went straight to the morning because I had to get paid, and he stayed the whole night.
Yeah.
I mean, he didn't stay with me. He stayed with the other girl across the way, because I think he was saving me up.
Yeah, in my defence, she was fit.
You weren't even looking at me when you were talking to me. So, I mean, he was clearly out of it. But ships in the night, and that's what we took to get back to England. He smuggled me out of the country very quickly. So they wanted us to talk a little bit about some of the stories about you when you were a small hamster on your big wheel.
Oh, do you remember that? You used to love that. It was the best birthday present we ever bought you.
He did. Although it did come from your brother's truck. So
He's got 3 more, it's fine.
yeah, well, it didn't matter. You loved it. That's all that mattered. Now, the first thing that comes to mind when I think about you, when you were a little one, and you were, just suckling on my teats, I would say it was probably the time you dropped him.
Which one?
The first time.
Oh, yeah.
Nasty.
Yeah, I'm sorry about that. We know we weren't allowed back in SeaWorld afterwards. That poor dolphin. Anyway, moving on.
I mean, it was okay anyway. I mean, they resuscitated you very quickly. And you know what? When we got you back home from child services, you had an amazing childhood.
Yeah.
Everyone gets bullied every now and then. That's part of life. I mean, it happened to your father. Well, sort of. Not really.
Yeah. And to be honest, if you're going to dye your hair blue, I'm going to slap you. I don't care if you're 5, you're 50, you just got to learn.
No, it's okay. You might be just having flashbacks, to SeaWorld. Bless. But anyway, I'm all for it. I think you want to dye your hair, you go do that. You be you. You be whoever you want to be. But don't you worry, because you'll always be my little hammy.
That's what we used to call you, do you remember? Well, yeah. Mainly did it behind your back, but it's just fun, isn't it? It's all fun.
Yeah, you always have pet names for your kids, Hammy, Spammy, Pammy.
Sigmund, yeah.
Whatever happened to him?
Well, SeaWorld again, wasn't it? I don't know why they let us back.
Oh, that reminds me. Did you get the message from Clyde about your prostate?
Oh, not that again. I'm not letting him put his finger up there again. He's not even a bloody doctor.
You've got to. He's the best in his profession. I've seen him do it several times.
I don't know what he's told you, but he ain't a doctor.
He didn't tell me. He showed me.
I'll be having words with him, and none of them will be fucking prostate, I tell you that.
Oh, sorry, dear. Look, this is wonderful. I don't know what you're doing now. I don't know if you're like sort of like a celebrity or something. And if you are, you know, don't forget your ma. You know, I'm still here waiting for a house to be bought for me.
Or your old dad. You're doing really well on the internet, son.
Well, yeah.
Are you on the Facebook? Has he got the Facebook yet?
Are you?
Yeah,
You're
I think
on
he
Facebook?
is.
Oh my. You really have grown up.
Yeah.
You're on Facebook.
I remember you the first time you went on that Twitcher. It's bloody good, that was. You did all the things.
You can't say that.
Oh,
You can't call him the Twitcher.
why? We used to.
No, we called him the Tick.
Oh, that as well, yeah.
It's a face thing.
I don't know.
I told you not to point that out. He doesn't like it when you point out his twitching thing he's got.
Why not?
Well, it's embarrassing. All the kids used to bully him for it.
And so did you.
I know,
It's
but
character building. We all went through it.
I'm his mother. I'm allowed to call him the walking clock. But maybe we should just wrap this up.
Yeah. Like we should have done before we conceived you.
Bless, you know.
We did.
Yeah. Anyway, you have a wonderful, wonderful night with all your friends. I know you're going to be great, whatever you're doing. And just remember that we don't just love you, we tolerate you.
Yeah. You're not too bad, son. You have your moments.
Am I ever going to see the States again?
Go tomorrow if you want.
Really?
Yeah, off you fuck.
Wow. So, lot to unpack there. Hamster, how do you feel seeing your parents on screen there?
Yeah, I remember why I left.
And it seems so. Your adopted parents were, your mother was American. Your father seemed to be well off with a castle, but has since fallen on hard times. She said she doesn't even have a house. Do you feel bad at all about that?
No, I mean they're doing quite well for themselves. You see, my adopted mum's always wanted a house in Rotherham.
Oh,
I don't know why.
interesting. So you were dropped at SeaWorld.
Yes.
That must be quite harrowing being a small hamster at the time.
Yeah, it was, to be honest. So she decided that I needed a really good look at Shamu.
Okay.
So I'm sitting on my seat with my drink, quite happy.
Mm-hmm.
The next thing I know, I'm being picked up and kind of just pushed forward in the palm of her hand.
Damn.
The whale comes up and she goes, "Ah!" like she does. I go flying about 4 or 5 stands back.
Wow. I mean, I can understand you were quite small and not as blurry as me, but hold on a minute. But I'll just do it like this. Hello. So, this is weird. But yeah, so what happened to Sigmund, your brother? He also happened at SeaWorld.
Yeah, we don't talk about Sigmund.
You don't talk about. Oh,
we don't
no.
talk about Sigmund.
Oh no, that heroin, that bad was it? Oh no.
He's I'm sure he's doing well wherever he is.
I hope so. I hope so. They don't seem to know.
And neither do I.
No. So, how did you cope with them? It seemed like your father was quite a staunch figure. I mean, he hired a quote-unquote whore to nanny you, and your mother seemed a bit sort of, well, you know, a bit out there, so to speak. I mean, we asked for her profession, and she wrote free spirit.
That best describes my mother. She used to go horse riding a lot. She tried competing in dressage, but she refused to learn the rules.
Oh.
And then just riding around in circles for the entire day.
I can picture that. Was this before or after Penny had done something with the horse?
This was before.
Okay.
There were no horses after after that night.
For a moment, I thought the incidents were related, but no. Okay. Painting a picture here. So you must have got out of that household pretty quickly, and they are quite overbearing.
Yeah, I was lucky. Around about the time of 15, 14, my mum accidentally dropped me in a cauldron.
A cauldron? Oh, interesting.
Well, you see, we were on holiday to Preston.
Oh, nice holiday destination, yes.
And we'd gone to Pendle. If you don't know about Pendle, there's a kind of a tradition of witchcraft. My mum decided that she wanted to try and find a witch. My dad, at this point, had gone to do his evening activities. So she managed to somehow find a witch and wanted to try some heather, at which point she kind of dropped me into a cauldron, and I ended up becoming human.
So that explains the opposable thumbs.
Thus the opposable thumbs.
Right. So the incompetence was sort of a blessing in a way. Well, I suppose it depends. Do you like being human?
It's better than being a hamster. For one, I can't be picked up by people.
That's fair. At least not people smaller than you. Yeah.
No, and people who do manage to pick me up have a difficulty tossing me, for instance.
Oh, well, okay. That's good to know. It's nice to know that something comes out of your mother's incompetence in a way, you know. So, but you moved out. But we should really talk about school life. We talked a bit about your mother there was talking about bullied. And you were bullied. That's unfortunate. Is that because you looked like a hamster at the time?
Yes.
Oh dear. What were some of the names that came out? Furry Cheeks, was it? Yeah.
There was Furry Cheeks, there was Striped Butt, obviously because when I was a hamster I had a white stripe going down my back.
Yeah.
There was Twinkle Toes, because I had very small toes, being a hamster.
Teabag Mouth?
Yeah.
Chocolate Cheeks, yeah.
Pantry Face, because I used to store my lunch in my cheeks.
Oh, that's a shame.
Yeah, all that kind of stuff.
Little shit. Yeah.
Yeah. My size was obviously a massive factor in my build,
Right,
being about 6 inches tall.
Yeah. Good old Pantry Face, yeah. Yeah, I'm looking at you now and I'm thinking, you know, Waffle Lion. Anyway, sorry, I got a bit distracted. I apologize. So let's talk about school. So school life for you. I mean, you got a degree in history, and you've put that to good use. So how was school? Did you keep your head down? You know.
I mostly kept my head down. My early education had been a bit spotty. The only thing I'd really managed to excel at was history. Living in a castle is quite
yes.
Spending a lot of time in a library is quite a good resource if you want to learn history, but not very good for, say, modern maths or science.
Well, I have a little bit of a surprise for you, ladies and gentlemen, and for you, hamster, because I direct your attention to the screen, because right here tonight we have one of your old teachers joining us tonight. Oh yes, Penny helped with biology there. That's right. Here they are, your old history teacher. Hello, Mrs. Ficklebottom. Pleased to have you here. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. Hello.
We are joined by one of your most prized students, the BattleHamster.
Hello, hamster.
So you remember our learned friend here?
Oh, yeah. Many, many years ago. Oh, I was much younger then. Much younger. And then I met Hamster. He was a troubled child. A very troubled child. What made him troubled was he didn't listen. I know a few things about history. A lot more than Hamster.
Well, that's odd, considering he's now a notable scholar of history.
He grew up to become a history buff? In my class, he was always too busy playing with dolls. Oh, you know, the usual little toy soldiers, Barbie, Ken.
Well, was he using them to recreate famous battles, perhaps?
You could say that he recreated battles, but I'm not too sure. Looked more like tea parties to me.
Tell us about the parents' evenings.
The parent evenings. For some reason, he always said his parents were sick and couldn't make it.
Oh, ashamed, was he?
I think he was more ashamed of himself than his parents because he failed the class constantly.
Well, did he have any friends at all?
Did he have any friends? I mean, other than the ones in his head. Did have one he kept calling George. Well, whenever Hamster didn't complete his homework, he always blamed it on George. He did a lot of talking. Just talking. And he would talk, talking,
yeah.
and he just kind of distract you that way.
Yep. Well, did you ever have to beat him at all?
No, luckily I never had to beat Hamster. Oh yes, I did beat a lot of people.
Can you tell us about this this closet?
Oh wait, you heard about the closet? Well, the special closet is for very bad boys. Maybe he spent once or twice in the closet. Most times if he did, though, we would forget him in there for days at a time.
Well, I'm sorry, Hamster, but I've actually asked Mrs. Ficklebottom to appear on this show because what you have just said, Mrs. Ficklebottom, is evidence of child abuse and neglect, and this footage is admissible in a court of law, and a police escort is on their way to your location as we speak. Do you have any final plea, you wicked, wicked bitch?
What? I was just doing what they told me to. Sir, just let me go get my hat. I can get my hat, right?
You can go and get stuffed. Well, I'm sorry, ladies and gentlemen. I'm sorry that we had to break proceedings in order to capture this arsehole. But do you remember Mrs. Ficklebottom, Hamster?
I do, unfortunately.
And what did just for the sake of evidence and as a witness here, would you mind just for the record verifying what she said tonight?
Well, she said that when we were very bad boys, which was quite often, she would lock us in the special cupboard.
Yes.
Now, the special cupboard, it had been the janitor's closet.
Oh dear.
And the severed head of the janitor was still in there.
The severed head? The choking. The severed head of the janitor? Oh. And
Pickled.
Oh, my word. This gets worse. Thank you so much, because this will be great when it comes to the trial, which I'm sure you'll stand testimony to. Yes. But she mentioned that you had a little bit of a fixation with dolls for a little while there. Is that true too?
To a degree. This was quite early on in being a human.
Right.
So this is after the transition from hamster to human.
Yes.
And I was very interested in kind of how people kind of move and body language. Because I've been a hamster for 15 years before this point, so
That's true.
it was quite new to me. I'd often read about kind of, famous people like Julius Caesar standing in the Praetorium, Leonardo da Vinci, and I'd try and kind of work out kind of how they would stand and kind of what they would look like. I also like when I got slightly older than that, I used to try and like recreate kind of battles.
Oh, interesting.
Like I'd read kind of the old maps and battle plans for especially Caesar's Gauntlet campaign, and try and kind of work out the maneuvers and things like that.
How does a hamster learn to read? Well, he was in the library, weren't you? The castle, I believe. So I don't know how. With difficulty, yes. It must be hard to open those books, but somehow managed it. And I'm sure.
My father did help.
Oh, that's nice. He did do something nice there.
He wanted a hamster to he thought if he could teach a hamster how to read, he might be able to sell me to the circus.
I'm so sorry that you had to get through that. Then I mentioned a friend of yours, and I'm actually a friend called George. Who is this George?
George was he was an interesting person. He didn't go to the school. He was kind of a local to where I was staying at the time.
Ah, okay. Right, so it wasn't fictional then. They weren't a person you made up. It was a genuine person that you befriended.
No, it was a genuine person. We used to go drinking in the pub.
Oh, that's interesting. Because we do know that you did like to carry on drinking while you were getting your education, and you found employment, and I believe a pizza restaurant at the time.
Yes.
So you're now a human. You fully formed. So your experience in the world. This must be all very new to you.
Yeah. It was interesting. Certainly, seeing things from a vantage point of say 5'4" as opposed to say 6 inches really does change your perspective.
So we've got a guest we'd like to bring on who worked with you. At that pizza restaurant, who wasn't as fortunate as you to get transformed, and they're still in their base form, and I'd like to bring them on if I can, if they are here and ready to be presented. There we are, ladies and gentlemen. I present to you Stephen Ract.
Hello.
Hello.
Hamster.
Yeah, look at that. Look,
Good to see you.
Good to see you. You look great.
Yeah,
Thank you.
Matching
Gained
shirts.
a bit of weight.
A little bit, yeah.
Oh, well, I mean, this is wonderful to have you here and to see you looking so well. Stephen, you must have fond memories of our hamster friend here.
Oh, I do. I remember the first day we hired him.
Oh.
We pulled a prank on him. He had to count grains of pizza dough by 1 gram until we could make a 200-gram pizza. We gave him a little plastic knife to cut 1-inch squares.
Oh, that's a cruel prank to play, but it was all in good jest, I'm sure.
Yes, it was.
Oh, that's wonderful. It must have been quite something to know that he once was a hamster and became human. Did that give you some hope in life to maybe change your appearance, or are you okay the way you are?
Well, my story is kind of the reverse.
Oh, I'm not aware.
Yeah.
Please tell us.
Well, little tip for everyone: don't date a witch and piss her off.
Don't date away.
Yeah. If you do, don't piss her off. I mean, this is kind of the after result.
Oh, I'm so sorry, Stephen. I'm so sorry. So, did you have the last name before you met the witch, or did you adopt that afterwards?
Funny enough, my last name was Rat.
A cruel joke by the witch.
Yeah.
Um,
At least my last name wasn't Ballbag.
no, I think that...
Poor Rodney.
Oh, right.
Or Dixon.
Fucking hell. So, Hamster, do you have any fond memories of working with Stephen Rat? Stuart Little, the
I
rehab
do.
years.
I do. Stephen was awesome to work with. So he used to drive a Vespa.
Oh, okay.
So what we
I
used
still
to
own
do?
it.
Still,
Really? Oh, fantastic! That was a brilliant thing. What we used to do is we used to wait until there was some really big orders, and then we'd all give them all to Steve, and we'd take bets on whether his Vespa can make it up the hill.
right, okay.
Sadly, I never did.
You never did? Oh, no.
No. One time I did.
Oh, wait, you did?
Hmm.
One time. And
Oh.
that was the last time I had that particular Vespa. Then I got it repaired about 2 weeks ago.
Oh.
Yeah.
I finally had it repaired. I had to save up a lot of money.
Hey,
Oh, sure.
I've got a resub from Numa Guy. Oh my god, I'm going to have what's that, 8 spins of the wheel tomorrow at the start of stream. It's going to be chaos. Thank you so much for the resub, Numa. You're incredible. Thank you so much. Is that Ratliff? Yes, we are. This is, ladies and gentlemen, this is not your life. It's weird to say this is. This is Not Your Life is the name of the show, in which we are creating a completely fictional life for our guest, the BattleHamster, and we're joined at the moment by one of Hamster's first friends from his first job at the pizza place. What was the name of the pizza restaurant, by the way, Stephen?
The name of the pizza place was, believe it or not, Little Rat's Pizza.
Little Rat's Pizza. It must be difficult for a rat to work in a pizza place.
Yeah, I mean, it also helped that it was family owned.
Oh, was it really? Oh.
Yeah.
So why did
I mean-
how did you feel when Hamster left to move on to bigger pastures, as it were?
Oh, I was so sad because I didn't have no one else to pull pranks on unsuspecting customers by putting laxatives in their pizza.
You guys did that? I think I ordered from that place. Unbelievable. Hamster, you can't
Yeah.
believe you did this, did you?
Well, you see,
Especially,
the thing is, we'd wait to see who had ordered,
Mhm.
and if it was someone who was really, really like unpleasant, or someone in the local community who we knew was like someone who would like either commit crimes or deal in some shit, it was just generally like kind of unpleasant.
Mhm.
That's when people laxative like that. We had a list in the back room of all the people who were on kind of what we call the shit list.
But
quite literally.
literally. Oh no!
I even think
Don't tell me you put
Your
rat
father was
dropping.
even on the list, wasn't
Your
he?
father was on the list. Oh, well, poor guy. So you put rat drop into the pizza?
No, laxatives.
Oh, okay. Well, when you said the shit list, I was, I was just curious.
No, good lord, we have standards, man.
Well, really? So it must be difficult in the last in the COVID era because rats often attributed with the plague. So
Yeah, I've had to dodge many a knife being thrown at me.
Oh, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. Is it true that Disney made a film about you?
Yes, They stole my image and likeness
Oh, I'm so
and
sorry.
put me in France.
Yeah, I'm sure. Oh, that's a real bad one. Yeah. Oh, that must have stung. So you could probably everyone's probably in chat now, looking at him and just thinking, of course that's that character from the hit Disney film Ratatouille. You can see the parallels there, 100%. And that's there you go. The truth is out there. It wasn't actually Remy. Thank you very much. Yes, but it wasn't. It was Stephen Rat all along, and they said Soul Loves France. Well,
Even with a PH.
yeah. Is it?
Yeah.
Why'd you have to complicate
No,
things, man?
badly. Yeah, I know. I got you.
We had you down on the docket with a V. What's that, Nick? Stephen. Yeah.
Ratatouille.
Ratatouille. Oh my word. Well, hello, Kyle. Welcome in. Welcome to This Is Not Your Life. So, guys, Hamster, how did it feel when you left to leave Steve? You haven't seen him in so long. It's been a couple of years. Well,
Yeah.
20 years now almost.
I know it's great to see Stephen again. Yeah, it was a bit complicated when I left. I didn't quite leave under the best of circumstances.
Oh, dear. What occurred? What was happening?
Well, do you remember that? Well, I talked about the shits list.
Yes.
And the laxatives. Well, we had a new delivery guy, and he decided that because the customer hadn't opened the door to collect his order, that he would eat the pizza.
Ah. Oh dear.
And the individual in question was known to be a little bit of a kind of ladies' man, a little bit of a crook. So there was quite a lot of laxative in that one.
Right. Damn. So,
rather than taking it on the chin and doing the right thing and kind of just dealing with it, having eaten someone else's pizza, which we're not supposed to do. It's not on company policy to eat the pizza.
No, but I mean, we did take a slice out of every other pizza, though.
Well,
as long as it wasn't lax.
No, yeah, it was no last year ones. Again, we all knew the shits list, so we knew which ones were safe.
Oh, guys, you really had some kind of weird operation going there.
Yeah, honestly, I'm surprised we're still up and running.
Well,
still have the shit list.
Well, what do you say, Hamster, that we go and dine at Stephen Rat's joint once again and have a great reconnoitre over a good slice of pizza? I probably won't touch it, basically. But still.
Probably the best.
I think that's a great idea. I'll probably get
wonderful.
some food up before I go.
We also now have a salad bar.
Do you really?
Oh, do you really?
Yeah.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah, it was your suggestion, and we finally got around to do it.
Oh, wow.
And so far, people are hating it.
Oh.
Yeah. I mean, it's in all these fancy restaurants.
Yeah, I mean, they're coming in for greasy pizza. They think, I'm coming in here to cheat. Why should I get a salad?
What you want, mate, is an ice cream machine.
We've tried that.
Oh, really?
But then after the whole, leaked incident of one shitless report, no one touched our all-chocolate ice cream.
Oh, no, God. Stephen Rat, thank you so much for joining us here tonight. My word. It's been an absolute pleasure to see you, my friend. And we bid you farewell. We will be dining at your joint very soon. Take care.
Take care. See you,
Bye,
Hamster.
buddy.
Oh, there he is. There he goes. Look at him. The Stephen Rat. That must have been a blast from the past for you.
Mm.
And it must be nice to be confronted by someone who, actually enjoys seeing you in some manner.
Yeah.
Quite a collection of individuals tonight, haven't we?
Definitely.
let's fast forward with your life a little bit here. You've got your degree. You've started doing reenactments, and we'll come on to that a little bit later. You're also an actor on stage and screen now. Do you
Yes.
exclusively do hamster roles as a way to reconnect with your past self, or do you have a broad range?
Well, I would like to think I had a broad range,
Hmm.
but after Hamstergeddon, I do feel I was a little bit typecasted.
Oh dear.
I've certainly only been really presented roles where the hamster speaks through.
Yeah, when I was typecast as well. When I was on the theatre, yeah, I always played these handsome, devilish rogues.
Hmm.
Yeah, it's a bit of a burden, really. Oh, never mind. Anyway, let's move on. So you've got a job, you've got a career going now. This is
Yeah.
fantastic. Like to come from where you were in that small puddle, you know, adopted into this castle life with a dominatrix nanny and parents that neglected you, a teacher that somewhat abused you and all the other students. And then playing pranks on people in your teenage years, to come through and to be this fully formed, opposable thumbed individual that we love now. And of course, you didn't really do it alone, did you? Because we're going to meet your partner now. Oh yes, the wonderful Naomi is here. Yes, that's right, and we're going to bring them on now. I believe they're ready, and they're going to tell us all about you and what you've been up to. All right, Naomi, are you there?
Hello.
Hello.
Hi.
Oh, it's so good. We can see you.
Oh, I'm
yes.
as blurry as I feel. Oh,
Oh dear, I'm so.
dear.
It's wonderful to have you here, Naomi, and I can see you've brought the entire litter with you here.
yes. This is Jeremiah, Piglet, and Fanta.
Jeremiah, Piglet, and Fanta, and who named
Yes.
those?
Yes.
Who named those children?
Oh, me and Hamster, we came up with them together.
Oh,
They're our
together?
favourite names.
Oh, that's wonderful. Hamster, it must be wonderful to have Naomi here with you.
Yeah, definitely. No, absolutely. Absolute pleasure.
He's definitely not surprised by this. Oh, you take care, Naomi. You take care, my friend. You take care. Have a good one. Yeah, so Naomi, living with Hamster. Where did you first meet? We have to start at the beginning.
Oh, we met backstage after his tour of all the theatres on his famous production Gerbils and Hamsters.
That's
I
wonderful.
snuck backstage after I saw him on stage because I was just so enamoured.
Oh, right. So you were a fan first and foremost, and quite smitten, I suppose.
Absolutely.
Do you remember Naomi in those days before you got together?
I very much do. She'd been following the production of Hamsters versus Gerbils for quite a while.
Oh, okay.
And it was on kind of the last night we're in the Royal Albert Hall,
Thank you.
and I get a knock on my dressing room, and there she is.
Oh wow. Okay. And was it love at first sight, or did it take a while?
Oh no, it was love at first sight.
That's good. Well, you never know. With fans, I'm always batting them away. So like Big Potato. Can I have another autograph? No. Wait your turn. Anyway, but you guys, yes, you got together. Hamster, where were you living at that point?
At this point, I was living in the prop truck.
Oh, I see. Oh dear. So did Naomi change your fate? Naomi, where were you? What's your history? What do you do for a living?
Well, I used to have quite a successful career as a writer,
Oh.
but since these three came along,
Oh.
I just look after the babies
Well,
every day.
that's. Oh dear. Are they triplets?
Yes, I love them. They're my whole world.
Oh yeah, you have much of a choice, really, do you? But there you go. Wow, as a hamster, I mean, you left Naomi at home with the triplets to come here for the show.
Oh, at the moment I'm on tour.
You're on
So,
tour as well. Oh, what a life!
Mm.
He's on tour quite a lot.
You must have sacrificed quite a lot, Naomi, to keep up this family life that you now lead.
Oh, well, it's what we do for the ones we love.
Oh.
I'm not bitter about it at all.
Yes, that sounds it does sound stressful. Yes. Oh dear. You've got the same twitch he has. Yeah. Oh dear. That's so. You guys. You've got to. You had this loving relationship. Or did you marry at all? You did. You did.
Yeah,
We did.
You
yes.
did. Well, tell us about the wedding. That's wonderful.
Oh, it was a lovely wedding. Hamster looked so beautiful in his wedding dress. I've never seen him look so stunning.
Oh, that's fantastic. Hamster, the dress. Oh, what kind of dress was it? Did it have like Thomas the Tank Engine on it or something like that?
No, it was a red and green kind of a 12th century bliau,
Oh,
which is a kind of court, more of a robe than a dress.
take care, Charlie. Take care. Have a good day at work. Aaron, Hamster.
Yeah, it'd been the main costume for the show.
Oh, I see. So you had a theme. Oh,
Yeah, we'll call it that.
oh okay. Did you go back to the castle to get married?
Yes.
It was in the
Oh,
castle.
it was. Oh, look at that nice unity there. That's great. Well done. So that's wonderful. Was your parents? Did your parents even attend the wedding, Hamster?
My father did.
Oh, you probably. Oh, that's a shame. So the baby's a human, or so suppose how did that work with the whole cauldron thing? Do you not have hamster DNA still in you? Are they gonna turn into hamsters, or do they have hamster features or anything like that?
I was a bit worried at the time, but they seemed to be human.
Now, Naomi, and
They
have you
seem
noticed
to be
anything?
mostly human.
Mostly.
They squeak quite a lot.
Squeak. Oh dear. Yeah, well, I think they do. You know. Yeah. So
Yeah.
Naomi.
I think Fanta has a taste for carrots still as well.
Yes. Yes,
Yeah.
like so.
Or is that
I've
just
not done
a?
orange just yet.
Or is that just a fantasy? Fantasy. They're the gags you're here for. Oh. Right. So you are at home with your kids. Do you think when they, piss off when they're older, do you think you'll ever get back to, writing again, perhaps?
I don't know. I'd like to.
Oh.
Maybe one day I'll have my life back.
Oh.
Maybe.
Oh dear. No. Oh dear, crying on the infants there. Oh dear, that's tragic. That is. What kind of things did you write?
I wrote poetry.
Oh, that's a shame. I'm sorry. Did you have to listen to a lot of that poetry, Hamster?
I've always quite enjoyed it. She's a
you
very
did?
good
Oh,
poet.
okay, all right. Well, I heard poetry. I'm sure. Well, yeah. Take it or leave it, you know. So that's just a nice combination coming together. So you support Hamster on his tours. I mean, because he's on tour as an actor, but he also does his recreational activities. You see what I did there? Recreational activity. That he's probably heard that joke many times. So he must be away a hell of a lot. How often do you even see him?
Well, I haven't seen him in 6 months, so hi Hamster, it's good to see you. Just keep sending that child support money while you're away.
6 months? I'm glad I could bring you guys together again. Hamster, 6 months?
Yeah, it's been a very long series of tours. We went all the way with production to Broadway in America, down into New York, and then across to San Francisco.
Wow.
Currently, recently played in Reykjavik, and we're now on kind of a home stretch. So I will be home soon.
Oh, fancy. Oh. I played Norwich at Christmas. Yeah, hand of mine. Anyway, Potato, excuse me, how old are the babies? Yeah.
Oh, they're 10 months old.
Oh, they're 10 months. They're
It's
10
been a
months.
while.
I see what Potato was doing there. She was looking for controversy there. Yeah. It's all above board, Big Potato. But yeah, this is fantastic. So 6 months. Is there anything you'd like to say to Hamster? As it's been so long. I mean.
Well, Hamster, I do have something to tell you. We're gonna have another baby.
Wow, we're going to reveal that here. That's amazing.
How?
What do you mean how? We can't go through the birds and the bees now, mate. Oh,
You weren't there.
Dear, oh dear. But Hamster, this is amazing. A fourth. Oh, it's going to, hope you get more
I'm
tools.
over the moon. I'm over the moon, so.
Oh, that's wonderful. I'm glad that on my show, This Is Not Your Life, we are able to reveal this bombshell that you are going to be a father once again. It's amazing. Baby number 4 due in 3 months then? Right? Yeah, yes. This was let's move on. So tell us about when he is home. Is he helpful around the house? Is he?
Yeah, yes, when he's not playing with swords or axes or shields or trying on helmets or anything else that he does with all of that stuff. But yeah, yes, other than that, very helpful.
Do you think you'll raise the kids in the way of the sword, Hamster?
It's always an option open to them. Obviously, I don't want to ever force, my child's down any career path. So I'd much rather them, find what they want to do and express that. But it's always an option.
Well, okay, but we here at the show, and all of us here at Soul Seekers channel, includes me and all the moderators, we have actually clubbed together. And we have purchased 4, count them, 1, 2, 3, 4, full little scale armour for all your children to wear around the house. Oh. Yes. Oh. There is some shipping and handling fees, but they will be invoiced to you. Yeah. Naomi, it's wonderful to have you here, but we do know that you could be lying through your teeth about home life. And so we wanted to make sure that you were telling the truth. So for right now, I want to say thank you, Naomi, for being here. I hope everything goes well. I think you must be so busy at home. To take 5 minutes out to be with us is absolutely fantastic. So if there's anything you would like to say to Hamster before we reveal the truth about your home life, please do say it now or forever hold your peace.
Come home soon.
Thank you very much, Naomi. Yeah. So, I guess you're most welcome.
Bye, honey.
So there you go. Wow. So we heard a little bit about how busy you are now, and I'm grateful to have you here given your schedule. But as I said, we were going to reveal the truth, and now, ladies and gentlemen, I can do that because we have been in contact with your neighbours. That's right, that couple that lives next door to you, they are here and they have filmed a pre-recorded video because we didn't like the idea of giving Frank a live mic, sadly. But Frank and Precious are here tonight, so here they are, your neighbours, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, your neighbours, Hamster. Is it on then?
Oh,
is it on?
God, but I still owe Frank his lawnmower.
Yeah, I gotta see yours. Yeah. How can you tell?
The light's on. Yes.
Oh yeah. So I have my glasses. I can.
Hello.
Hello. I can. All right. All right. Frank here.
Aren't you going to introduce me? I'm Precious. Precious by name. Precious by nature.
And I like her nature.
Yeah.
Tell you what I don't like. fucking litter on my lawn.
No, we don't. Don't be doing that. You were terrible for that.
Don't put litter on my lawn. It's not difficult.
Do you want to say something nice?
If you're eating a packet of crisps, you've finished a lot, you fold up a packet, fucking stick it in your own bin. Don't drop it on my lawn. Cost of living round here is fucking skyrocketing.
Yeah, it is expensive. So please don't. We don't
Well-
want to have to go over this every day.
Well, yeah, we can afford it, can't we?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You can afford me. You can afford to live around here.
Yeah, I bought her.
Yeah. Well, no, I'm an investment.
Yeah. So what? Yeah. I'll get something out of it eventually.
Yeah. Well, maybe. Yeah. One day, maybe.
Yeah.
I might let you touch my elbow for a cloth. Sorry, it's a bit risky. We're very kinky.
Cost me an arm and a leg.
Yeah. Literally.
I can't even fucking touch her arm and leg.
Naughty. No one wants to hear this.
Yeah.
Anyway, what were you here for?
No one wants to hear you, man. Stop your fucking singing, does it?
Oh, I've got a lovely voice.
Yeah,
You can tell by my speaking voice. It's so beautiful.
can't fucking live without hearing these fuckers next door.
Oh yeah.
I'm fucking shouting at each other all the time.
Horrible things.
Yeah.
Really horrible.
Well, yeah, sort of. Talking about like internet and shit.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Was it Pornhub?
yeah, yeah. That's the site I got you from.
Readers'
Something
Wives.
like that. Nah.
No, you don't
Nah.
do commitment. Readers'
Nah.
girlfriends.
Nah.
Readers'
Nah.
acquaintances.
Nah, I don't do books, so I wouldn't join any kind of book club for
Can't
wives.
read, yeah.
Yeah.
So you didn't read the instructions on my fucking
Never
app,
learned.
did you?
Tell you what I can read. Love. Tell you what I can read. Fucking no litter signs that I keep putting up out in the lawn. Are they fucking read? What other people who can't read? No. So, why you keep doing it? So, turn the volume down on your voices. Stop littering.
And take that bloody dog in.
Yeah. Yeah. If that dog comes near here,
And if he's carrying any litter.
there'll be hell to pay.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean it. Alright.
It
What?
does.
You need litter. You're stupid.
Don't be so rough in front of the audience. Not about them paying for it.
So I'm not paying my fucking television licence. Fucking shit they put out
Don't
there.
tell them, I'll be watching. The van might be outside.
Alright, well close the curtains then.
We haven't got any curtains.
I'll go get some,
Oh, of
close
course
them!
I will.
Hold on, I've got to talk to this guy here. Right? Because last week the bin men came round, okay? And they put my bin over at your place and your bin over at mine. Alright? Now I'm not saying that's theft, because it wasn't you that did it, right? But you ignored it and I watched you. I watched you take stuff out and dump it in my bin. I watched you through the binoculars. Alright? So I know it was you and I've got pictures of you. Alright? So next time you want to throw away all these fucking little bloody little white cloth things, alright? You stick them in your own bin. Alright?
And speaking of binoculars, I saw you watching us
Yeah.
through your window.
Yeah, because I saw you looking at us because I was looking at you through mine.
Yeah. What happens between us and the trampoline group is nothing to do with you and no one else. It's just between us 7.
Yeah. You had fun that night, did you?
Yeah, it was alright.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
Bit
good.
bouncy.
Yeah. I just watched.
Yeah, well, we can't get up anymore. So,
Uh,
yeah.
well, I try, but when you're living with this, you know, it's why
I
I
won't
like,
let you touch me. It's
that's why I
fine.
like looking at you. Not you, obviously, I'm talking about your missus. But she didn't cost an arm and a leg like this one.
Yeah.
Where are you from again?
Land of your dreams.
Peru.
Peru.
Hell, I wonder I had a fucking nightmare delivered.
Yeah.
Peru?
Yeah.
I didn't order from Peru.
Amazon, innit? You've ordered me from Wish.
I wish you'd fucking go away and get the fucking order I did.
We joke all the time. It's all
you
fun
talk
and
about joking. Yeah, you
games.
talk about joking. Laugh. So it's all right, and it laugh, and you sleep with all my mates.
Yeah, well,
And when did you get these done?
these are all natural. What are you saying?
I weren't that big the other week.
Oh, they were. You just weren't looking.
I can not see them now.
You won't see them later on if you carry on.
Oh yeah, like the chance to be a fine thing anyway. Fucking hell. Right. You, I've told you enough now. No more with the litter, no more with the volume. Keep the dog to yourself and move quickly.
Yeah. Oh, and get that mole checked out.
Yeah, that thing's getting big.
Yeah. Make a load of holes in the lawn.
Yeah. I'll get my shovel if you want me to.
Yeah. And if that mole brings any litter,
Can moles bring litter?
I hope not.
Fucking hell. I'm done. I want to go watch the racing.
I'm going to go see your friends.
Yeah, have fun.
I will.
Are they gone then?
I hope so. What are we doing? Who are these people?
Mm.
I'm going back to Peru.
Yeah, just pick me up a drink from the fridge on your way out. Wow. So, you live next door to that?
I don't know. I've never seen them before.
They've apparently seen you.
I don't know who they're talking about. I've been on tour for 6 months.
Hold on a minute. If you've been on tour for 6 months, who's been littering? Who's been making noise next door?
Don't know. I don't know the dog either.
We got the wrong neighbours. I'm very confused, and I think they are too.
Well, I think, to be honest, because they mentioned the trampoline group,
Yes.
I think they are my neighbours. Because
Right.
we live in quite a long street. I think they think I'm the other next door.
Oh, I see. Yeah, we didn't specify. Well, we mentioned hamster, but maybe they got a bit confused.
I think they mean Greg.
Oh, poor Greg.
He's a right lout.
But do you?
He drives a Ford pickup.
Does he really? Fucking
Yeah.
Greg. Yeah. So you haven't had
He
much.
likes to toss empty beer cans out of the window. So I think that's what they're talking about the littering.
That's probably it. Yeah. Yeah, a bit of a fascination with the litter there. So you don't know much about these people then?
I know a little bit. I know
Oh.
that the wife was a kind of male bride,
Oh, right. Okay.
and she runs the local trampoline and jumping recreational club.
Oh, I've seen those places. Yeah. She definitely has buoyancy. Yeah. She showed that off. Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know what they do. They just kind of they all kind of meet in her back garden with the trampolines, and you just hear springs going up and down all the time. Don't know what they're doing.
Very strange, very peculiar. Well, we move on here because shock. Behold, shock and awe. Because not only, Hamster, did you get famous from being on stage and Scream, but your hobby of being a recreator, is there a technical term for what you do? If you have, I've forgotten. A
Reenactor.
reenactor, thank you very much. A reenactor, you took that and turned it up to 11 because you invented the time machine. Yes, you did. So you could relive these battles when they actually happened and rewrite history. And that's why we know and love you today for all the famous wars you have won. That at least you're honest in your time travelling shenanigans. And we have, with the power of Mystic Keith, been able, yes, exactly, you are shocked, with the power of Mystic Keith, been able to resurrect the spirit of someone you met in the past on your travels. Ladies and gentlemen, I believe they are ready. I think Mr. Keith has done the appropriate chants and seances, and I think we can now bring forth, here we go, from history, Sir Boris Crossbow. And there we go, the spirits are coming through now, and there he is, Sir Thomas Crossbow. Are you? Can you hear me from the other side? We can't hear you. We're having some channeling issues. Oh, hello. Yes. Can you hear us?
Where
now?
are you?
We're in the studio.
I'm on the sofa, Crossbow.
I don't see anything.
Well, no, I suppose you wouldn't really, because you're sort of in a spirit form. You don't really have eyes to see.
What year is this?
It's 2022.
What?
2022.
Well, that's a long time.
Yes. We brought you back because we thought we'd confront you with someone you know from your present time. When was your present time?
My present time was 12:30.
12:30. Okay. Now, wait. Is that the year, or were you looking at the clock? Because
What's a clock?
good point. So
It's like a sundial, but it's about that big.
Oh,
people
I
carry
don't know
on
where my
lists.
sundial is.
No, don't
It's
worry
in your
about it.
garden.
I've never got to see my garden. I was always at war.
He's always at war. Okay.
Oh yeah.
So, Hamster, you met Sir Crossbow, Sir Boris Crossbow. Boris, could you Boris, could you tell us a bit about when you came across Hamster?
Well, I think it was 12:25.
Was it 5? Okay.
I don't remember the location because, frankly, I was tired.
Yeah. Okay. Right.
In campaigning for 3 years already, going into France and back,
Mm-hmm.
Frankly, I had enough of France.
Does
Wait.
this historically
Wait.
add up, Hamster? Well,
Yeah,
Wait.
pretty
okay,
much.
Okay. just verifying.
Wait.
Yes.
I never got to complete it. Did we win
Did you win?
against France?
Oh,
We didn't lose.
there you go.
Are the French still there?
Yes.
Damn it, we lost.
Well, we won that one, and then they won the next one.
Just one.
Really? All my hard work, all my troops I sacrificed.
Yes. What was your position in the battle in the war?
I was
that-
commander of the archers.
Was that an ectoplasm
An artillery.
cloth?
Yes, when I died, there was a lot of dust in the air, so my eyes still have dust.
That's the.
Gotta wipe them out every so often.
Oh, that's understandable.
It's my personal hell.
So yes, you were telling us about your rank and your position.
Yes, I was commander of the archers and some of the artillery.
I still listen to the Archers on the radio. Anyway.
I have no clue what that means.
No, I suppose you wouldn't, would you? So you met Hamster on the battlefield. Were you aware that he was a time traveller at the time?
Well, no, but I did think the sword he was carrying would look very odd.
Oh.
I've never seen such a blade with one edge.
Well, I have to now confront Hamster and say that as a reenactor, you've gone back in the past with the wrong sword, my friend. That's they're not going to forgive you at that. Oh yeah.
And I
Yeah.
think he yelled the word katana, I think.
Well, I remember my words were, "Oh my god, I've picked up the wrong bloody sword. Why did I bring the katana?"
Oh, I see.
Yeah, I think that's the words.
I had this image of
I'd
him.
just been
Katana!
I'd just been in Japan during the Sengoku Jidai period.
Ah.
Picked up a real beaut of a sword
Hmm.
from some Odo person. I can't remember. And decided that I wanted to go fight the French again, as you do, 1220s, just before Battle of Lewis, all good stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But I forgot to pick up my 12th century gear on before heading home.
Oh, it's always the same when you're time travelling, You pack your kit bag, but there's always something you forget, isn't there? It's only when you're travelling through the centuries, and you're like, oh, I left me bonnet back in the Tudor period. Yeah.
I bought my tunic, I bought my mail, all of it period correct, but I forgot to pick up the sword bag.
It's one of them things. So, Mr. Crossbow, Sir Crossbow, knighted,
yes.
It appears.
Yes.
Yeah, so you must have been quite the fighter, quite a noble to be in such a position.
Yes, I was.
Rank. So,
yes.
I suppose the real question here is, how did you die?
Well, I remember they decided to take me off the archer because I had a little mishap, and I told them to fire, and basically backstabbed a bunch of our own men. Completely accidental, wasn't my fault. I never even said fire, even though they did light the ends of their bows on fire, then fired.
Oh dear.
It wasn't my fault.
Were you there to witness this, hamster?
I was. I'd been absconded to the Duke of Leicester's heavy infantry.
That rat
And,
bastard.
I was, marching along, and then I see my good friend, Sir Boris, turn around and look to his sergeant next to him and say, "Is my crossbow string loose?" And of course, all the archers in front of him hear loose. So they think it's time to shoot. Right into the back of King Henry III's infantry.
Wow. I suppose it's a good job he did die, otherwise the punishment might have been worse. Yeah. No, I think that's way worse than death.
Well, that was the first incident.
Oh.
It was a 3-day long period that I fucked up.
Oh, dear.
Third day.
You fucked up. What's my language here?
Well, let's just say, third day, I challenged His Royal Highness to a duel because, well, he ended up sleeping with my wife.
Yeah. Right, okay. It's all go back in them days, wasn't it? Yeah. Wow.
And most of the time, other people was just telling me, just let it go. He slept with my wife too. But no, I wasn't having it.
Right. Was her name Dame Penetration by any chance?
Who?
No. Just my mind wandering to future endeavours of mine. So yes, Sir Boris Crossbow. Not mistaking you for your brother.
Oh, you know my brother.
I do. Yes, we tried to contact you last week in order to prepare for the show. Mystic Keith got through to your brother. Who
God.
just wouldn't stop talking about how his Alsatian was doing. It's a bit awkward. We didn't want to bring that on. Yeah.
Well, to be fair, I did stab him in the back.
Did she? So, why? How did that happen?
Well, I don't know. Family problems. I mean,
yeah,
he was trying.
You seem to have a lot of drama in your family. That's true.
Yeah, but real fast. Who was the next king?
It was Edward.
Uh,
That's got him. That's got. I think we may have lost him a second time then.
well, was he at least good?
The Scottish don't like him after he ended up taking most of their lands and putting De Bruce on the throne.
Oh, could I?
Do you remember De
Well,
Bruce? He was the one who you nutted, saying put some clothes on and wipe off the blue paint.
Yeah, I remember that now. That time I did say loose.
Yeah.
Yeah.
As you are back for maybe about a minute more before you return to the afterlife, is there anything you would like to sort of know, or maybe one final message that rarely people get to have?
Well, yeah, even though those days was quite, well, everyone died at the age of 40, well, less than 40. Clearly I didn't make it to 40, I was only 19.
19?
Yeah.
You were knighted before you were even 19? Is that a real thing? He was serving leader of military rank with 19?
Yeah.
Oh,
That's why he only got the crossbows.
Yeah.
that's fair.
Then got switched to infantry.
Nah, well...
The day before I died because we was marching across the bridge and I slipped and my sword went straight up my...
Up your what? Right, yeah, no. Gotcha.
I told him, sheath the sword. That's why we have nice scabbards.
Yeah.
But no.
But I was a commander. They told me not to.
The French were nowhere nearby. You didn't need it.
You never knew. There could have been one.
Well,
All it takes is one scout.
I would like to thank you, so far as...
Before I forget,
Yes?
hamster. The last of my wages is buried under...
I think we've lost him there, sadly. The spirit world can only, hold it up for so long, the signals and all that kind of stuff. And there he's gone back into the afterlife. And it must be, not only a blast from the past, but literally the bloody past, right? Centuries ago. So that's crazy. Wow.
The saddest part is he thinks his wages are still there.
Oh, the poor guy. Oh, never mind. He's a spirit now, a free spirit. Off he goes. Until we call him again, probably. Keith might have to follow up, get him to sign something for a waiver for the show. It's going on YouTube, Oh, fancy. Anyway, we'll reenacting there. We brought that up. We have one final guest, and it's someone you know well because he works. Well, I say works with you. He does the reenactments with you. Oh, Jimmy! Yes, Jimmy's here. So I'll direct you to the screen. He's got a little small video message for you, directly to you. So, ladies and gentlemen, I give to you Jimmy. Hey, he was happy to do this. Who? I'm not talking to him. No, he's the enemy. I'm not talking to the enemy. Why would I talk to the enemy? BattleHamster is my enemy. Okay? This ain't all fun and games. Okay? Alright, so we go and have a scheduled reenactment of a battle. But it was a battle that was real. Okay? And it's real to me now as it was back then. Not that I was alive back then. But I can feel it in my blood. Right? That's why I pause him. So when we recreate the Battle of Scottish Independence, it is the battle. Okay? It is that time. And that doesn't just go away, alright? He's the enemy. When I see him on that field, with his little furry cheeks, and his big teeth, right, coming at me, with full helmet on, that's the target, okay? I'm aiming straight for it with my claymore. Fucking come round here and go, well, where's mine? Where's my ownership? Oh no, it always has to be about him. It's all about him when it's on the field as well. Look how shiny my codpiece is. I polished mine for a fortnight. Did anyone give a shit? No. I mean, they complimented me sporran, but still. I suppose I've got to give credit where credit's due. There was once where I got a severe laceration on the arm because some idiot fell over and tripped and then stabbed me in my fucking shoulder. It was one of my own. He knows what he did and he did pay for it. No, he did. He brought everyone around. But I'll never let him forget it. Just in case, I can get another round off him. Out with guilt, But it was tough times. Anyway, Hamster was the one to come over, offer me a hand and sew it up. And all credit to him, because he sewed me up, and in the middle of a battle, in the middle of a recreation, I'll give him that fair dues. I take my hat off to him. Because he couldn't, because I went straight for his fucking neck. Well, it's a battle of independence, it's a recreation. If you lend me a hand, this is what you can get. You don't bite the hand that feeds you, but if it's an Englishman, just saying, I'll batter that. In both senses of the word. Anyway, what more is there to say? Except, Hamster, you don't deserve it. The next time we meet on the field, there'll be hell to pay, and I'm gonna kill you. Damn, I got dark. Maybe I need to lighten up a bit. Right, so, I'm sorry I mentioned that as a good friend, introduced as a good friend there. Seems to have it out for you. Do you have recollections of Jimmy on the field?
Yeah, I know Jimmy quite well. He's the clan chief, the leader of the Scottish side when we recreate the Battle of Bannockburn. It's all good. It's all good. He did try and stab me when I was sewing him up, but he decided to go for the faceplate, so just kind of clanged off. So I just kind of, gave him a nice rap on the forehead and carried on sewing him up. Really,
it brings.
It was all good. It was a laugh.
It's very good of you, very noble of you to do such a deed. And camaraderie there, but it did imply that you sort of was still had the features of a hamster. Either he was insulting you, or did you do your recreations in some kind of furry suit?
No, you see,
okay.
The heraldry on my shield is that of a hamster.
Oh, I got you.
It's a golden hamster on a red field holding a axe.
Oh, that's pretty good, actually.
And it has very fluffy cheeks.
Very fluffy cheeks, yeah. Very fluffy cheeks is.
Spent a lot of time kind of painting the kind of feature lines there to get good fluffy cheeks.
Oh, I like it. Well, ladies and gentlemen, you have heard tonight from birth to the present day. You have been faced with many a person from your past and your present. We have taken you from a small puddle, brought you through the castle where you were nurtured by penetration, where your parents lovingly neglected you, where your teacher was arrested for crimes after so many years. Finally, justice being brought upon that wicked witch. We met your loved one and all the kids, and you've got another one on the way, which is amazing. We got to see your neighbours or complain about someone else, and we got to meet your friends, Stephen Rat, Jimmy, of course, and Sir Thomas, apparently, and Sir Boris Crossbow from the literal past. So all it leaves for me to say is the BattleHamster. I hope you had a great time, and this is not your life. Hey, yeah, there we go. Thank you so much, BattleHamster, for joining me here. I hope you had a good time. Did you have a good time? I hope you did.
Absolutely.
Excellent. This was great. Thank you very much, Naomi. Thank you, Meatloaf. Big Potato, thank you for moderating today and hitting all the commands. Go follow all these lovely individuals you've seen today. The other one who didn't get shout out was Eddie because he's not really on Twitch. But Shani played the teacher tonight. But we didn't know what time it would play out, so we did it pre-recorded. So just in case. And Meatloaf and Naomi did fantastic. These wonderful individuals. And then Leon, you were here too. It's fantastic to have you here. Thank you everyone who came through. I really hope you enjoyed the show. Yes, go give him a message, fellow. He's an incredible individual. They all are, for allowing me to experiment with this kind of show and do this weird and wackiness. That just is what I want to do. So I think, Hamster, have you got anything to say about your life in summary that we've given you here today?
Certainly been eventful.
I didn't know where that was going to go either, so I'm pleased we got some synergy there. I'm going to... We're going to go raid someone, so I want to set something up, but I want to just say thank you once again for everyone out there who joined us tonight. You are absolutely bloody marvellous. I think we're going to go... We've been to both of those this week, so I think we will go to... Let's go to... Fluffy. It's so fluffy. We're going to It's So Fluffy. He's playing Resident Evil Director's Cut, which is what I was playing this past week and will be carrying on playing tomorrow, which is awesome. So there's the raid message. Once again, ladies and gentlemen, I want to say thank you so much to all my guests tonight. Naomi Dreams, Scottish Meatloaf, Shani Banani, Eddie, and of course, our wonderful star of the show, the BattleHamster. Yes. Thank you everyone for your resubs. Remember, tomorrow we're going to start the stream, 5 PM, 8 spins of the wheel. Oh, is that 8? My voice has gone 8 spins of the wheel. That's going to be crazy. But there you go. I hope you enjoyed the show. Let me set up this raid so we'll bugger off. Next month, obviously I'm on Monday to Friday, but in terms of these shows, next month I've got a new show called the Nostalgia Hour. I'll be joined by my guest Nostalgia Tash. And if all goes well, I'll be bringing back the Frolics, in which if you are here and willing to engage and play the game shows that I've prepared for you, you can win genuine prizes, maybe even including a car. Absolutely 100% legitimate. So I'm going to start this raid, and we're going to head over there. Go give Fluffy lots of love. He's an amazing individual. You'll have a fun time there if you choose to stay around. If not, just drop the message and... have a good time elsewhere, as long as you have a good time and have a good evening. So until then, I'm going to hit the end screen. Farewell, everyone. Farewell.
Goodbye.
Yes, it's an extender.
Meatloaf. I just needed one stream without it.